So here it is, the grand reveal of the colour and rather unusual type of paint my truck has been resprayed in. This is Raptor coating. It's basically bedliner paint, making it tough, scratch proof and pretty cool looking with its textured finish. Shout out to the guys at Spray Tech in Newark who I chose to do the job. They specialise in Raptor paint alongside normal body shop work. Not only did they do a great job on the Raptor respray, they also perfected the fit of those front wings and worked some magic on those Bond-on bedside panels. If you remember from my fitting video, one of the front wings had a small chip, but that has been finished nicely and the panel gaps are nice and equal. While the rest of this knockoff Raptor style body kit was pretty good quality, I knew that those bedsides were the weakest part, being plastic moulds that fit over the existing body panels. What's worse is they had been badly trimmed from the factory, leaving as much as a thumb's width gap in places. But you wouldn't know looking at the final result. A lot of work went into getting the fit just right, smoothing them out and blending them in to look perfect. Even though these aftermarket front and rear bumpers came with a decent powder coated finish, I decided to have them redone in Raptor to match. Then you'll notice the contour lines, graphics and Odyssey Activewear logos. Since this has been done as a promotional vehicle for my clothing brand, or at least that's my excuse for doing it, I figured I probably should put the company branding on there. These aren't vinyl graphics though, they've actually been stenciled in as part of the Raptor respray. And what's more, there's even variations in textures. The graphics, mirrors, door handles and other small black components are done with a smooth texture. Then the main beige grey body, which is actually the RAL colour name by the way, is done in a moderate texture. Then the bumpers are done with a really heavy texture for maximum protection. You can see how much of a thorough job they've done because all the door shuts have been done too. So overall I'm really happy with the result and definitely give Spray Tech my recommendation. The absolute best bit though is the mini replica they've made using my son's little Tykes truck. He inherited what was originally a pink and purple princess truck from my daughter, but now he has a one-off custom truck build of his own. Once the truck was home, one of the first things I did was to finally swap out the tail lights for the aftermarket ones I'd waiting. These are a quick and easy job, just 2 screws on the side, then the plugs are disconnected under the vehicle. The new ones pop back into the same clips, then the wiring cables are fed down and plugged back in. These new ones look so much cooler with the dark tint finish, plus the full LED illumination with sequential indicators. They aren't quite road legal because there's no built-in fog light, but I have a solution for that I'll be sharing in a future video to make sure it will still pass its MOT test. Then another upgrade I had waiting for a previous video was the spacers I'd decided on after fitting my wheels. The stance without the spacers wasn't bad, but the addition of the spacers really completes the look, even though it causes more problems with rubbing, as you'll see in a minute. Fast forward to later that night, I eventually found some time to do the fronts. I knew from my original wheel test fit video that the addition of spacers caused some rubbing issues up front though, so while the wheels were off, the big plastic blocks behind the arch liners were removed. I put the wheels back on and didn't have to go far to discover that wasn't enough. So the next step was to trim off a little bit of the plastic wheel arch. The next morning I gave it another test and discovered that was nowhere near enough, so out came the Dremel tool to trim away a bit more of the plastic arches. It was getting closer but still caught near full lock, so a bit more was removed. Then I ended up removing even more and sanding back the wing material a little bit, which I frustratingly didn't film, but that's pretty much fixed it. So this truck project is really taking shape now. It's great to have the concept I had in mind finally brought to life in reality thanks to the guys at SprayTech. It isn't finished just yet though, so stick around for the next few upgrades I have in store for it.